Scene 1.
Interior. Bathroom. Night. Paul is shaving. His age is difficult to discern. He could be 35. He could be 40. He could even be 45. Because although his hair is black and thick and without any touches of grey, his face is lined here and there with deep crevices. Crevices like the ones found in Peru, in that inspiring film about the limitlessness of human endurance. Perhaps these unfortunate crevices were the inevitable result of an inappropriate amount of time spent in tanning establishments. We can hear music playing from another room. Piccini. Or Nickelback.
Not like you, say sorry. I was waiting on a different story. This time I'm mistaken for letting you a heart worth breaking. I've been wrong, I've been down, been to the bottom of every bottle.
Finally, in the midst of shaving his face, his conscience began to get the best of him. And so he put Nicole to Steve, whom he often consulted regarding matters of moral gray areas.
Hey man, I have a question. Shoot. I think I'm going to get laid tonight.
About time. Where did you meet her?
Online.
Is she hot?
Not sure. I only saw a pic of her face. Face is alright.
What's your question?
Should I tell her? I mean, am I obligated to?
Are you having an outbreak?
No, and I haven't had any since the first.
What's the problem then?
I don't know. That's why I called you.
You might not get anything if you tell her.
I'm not liable for anything, am I? I mean, like she can't sue me, can she?
No, I don't think so, and I wouldn't worry about it. Hey, I gotta go. Kid want to mat and rematch. Good luck, man. Call me later and tell me how it went.
Will do.
Paul rinsed his face and stood there for a long time staring at himself in the mirror. From another room we can hear emotive and thoughtful music playing. Coldplay.
End of scene. Scene 2. Interior. Kitchen. Night. Paul is drinking a glass of wine. He is pacing. Waiting. We hear music playing. Lana Del Rey.
Swinging in the backyard, pull up in your fast car, whistling my name. You open up a beer, say get over here and play your video game. I'm in your favorite sundress, watching me get undressed. Take your body downtown, honey.
Paul has chosen this track specifically for the girl's entrance. He does not want her to think that he is an old fuddy-duddy. He wants her to think that he is hip, cool, and he restarts the track every minute or so that the girl meets him for the first time towards the beginning of the song, and not the end, so that there is plenty of time for the song to set the mood for the rest of the evening.
Swinging in the backyard, pull up in your fast car, whistling my name. You open up a beer, say get over here and play your video game. I'm in your favorite sundress, watching me get undressed. Take your body downtown, honey.
The girl is quite late for the rendezvous. She finally knocks on the door, while Paul is in the bathroom peeing. He rushes to the door and greets the girl, forgetting to restart the perfect track. We hear music playing. The shuffle gods have decided to have a laugh at Paul's expense.
Come my lady, come my lady,
End of scene. Scene 3. Interior. Living room. Night. Paul hands the girl a glass of wine, and sits down next to her on the sofa. The girl is brown, smooth and plump, like an old leather basketball.
Nice wine.
I know. Right? My buddy hooked me up with a case of it.
For a long time they didn't speak. Then she asked him if he had done stuff like this before. He said that he had not. He asked her if she had. She also had not.
Well, okay.
She interrupts him.
Look, I have to tell you something first. I should have told you before we got this far, and I am sorry.
He poured himself another glass and reached out to refill hers, but realized her glass was still mostly full.
I have herpes.
You have herpes.
There probably isn't much risk, but I should tell you that condoms don't work 100% with herpes, in case you didn't know.
Paul stared down into his wine thinking.
Sarah, thank you for being honest.
It was shitty of me not to be honest from the beginning. I guess I got caught up in the moment.
The important thing is that you are being honest now. But, well, I know that there is probably very little to worry about, that you obviously wouldn't have come over during an outbreak, but I also know that herpes is still contagious even without an outbreak. I've read the statistics and most people catch it when there are no external symptoms at all. I've always been overly cautious about these things.
Very wise of you. I wish I had been.
Sarah, I'm sorry. I don't think that we can do this.
Don't be sorry. I totally understand.
The girl gulped down the wine that she had barely touched, stood up, and walked towards the door. At the door she turned back and looked at him.
I'm sorry for wasting your time. Thanks for the wine.
She opens the door.
Sarah, would you like to play a game of Scrabble or something?
Scrabble.
She thinks for a moment and then smiles.
Sure. I'd love to.
End of scene. Scene 4. Exterior. Apartment building. Night. As soon as she was out on the sidewalk, the girl lit a cigarette, rang for a taxi, and called her roommate.
Ugh. That doesn't sound good. He was gross. He was old. He had a mustache and his hair was slicked back. Reminded me of my father. There's no way he was 31. I don't know when that picture he sent me was taken, but it wasn't this millennium, that's for sure.
Did you sleep with him?
Ew, no.
How did you get out of it?
I didn't know what to say. He was really into me, and I hate hurting people's feelings. I told him that I had herpes.
ROFL.
I was terrified that he was gonna say, cool, so do I, or that he wouldn't mind.
So that did it?
Not quite. Then we played a 3-hour game of Scrabble.
Scrabble? You hate Scrabble.
I know. I was so relieved when I realized that he wasn't interested. I immediately gulped down the disgusting wine he forced on me, and tried to leave. I didn't want to spend another second in there. He creeped me out. And then as I'm opening the door he says, "Sarah," and looks at me with these big sad puppy dog eyes. And he asks me if I'd like to play a game of Scrabble. He looked so lonely and pathetic, like he was just desperate for a bit of human interaction. Someone to be kind to him.
You and your conscience.
I know. I thought the fucking game would never end. He was very competitive, and agonized over every turn. I let him win.
End of scene. Scene 5. Interior. Bedroom. Night. We can hear soft and soothing music playing. After applying his rejuvenating mask, Paul made some sleepy time tea and crawled into bed feeling very self-satisfied. While reading Vanity Fair he receives a text from Steve.
How did it go? We played Scrabble. I destroyed her.
You hate Scrabble.
She was a fucking farm animal.
End of scene. End of film. Thank you for watching.
Swinging in the backyard, pull up in your fast car, whistling my name. You open up a beer, say get over here and play your video game. I'm in your favorite sundress, watching me get undressed. Take your body downtown, honey. Well, I say you the bestest, leaning for a big kiss. Put your favorite perfume on, go play your video game.